Hello, friends. So today's been an exciting day. My son turned 21. We spent the day doing whatever he wanted to do, which included uh, going and getting his permanent ID. He has a learner's permit, but I think he will be in the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest held driver's permit ever. But it's okay because my insurance is cheaper if he has a permit, and he literally works right behind the house and he goes to school online. And he's not the most social of bees in the hive. So all good. I just want to talk a little bit about the election because people ask me about the election and about candidates and whether I think Jesus was a Republican or a Democrat or a Libertarian or Green Party or what. What was Jesus? What is spirit? And my answer is pretty simple. I don't think the spirit realm is concerned with the human realm when it comes to those sorts of issues. And I'm often reminded of the biblical quote, "Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. Render unto God that which is God's," right? So I don't belong to a major party. I belong to a third party. I belong to the third party that gets blamed when elections are close. And, people yell at me and say, well, you're wasting your vote. And then when the candidates are tied or close, they're like, your vote screwed up the election. It's the beauty of being American, is that you can walk into that polling place and vote for whomever you think is going to do the best job. And as some of you know, and I've said on the channel, I was an intern for Congress and Senate, and I interned with two Republicans, Congressman Ritter, of no relation, and Senator Specter, because I'm from Pennsylvania, and that's when I was that age. That's who I interned for, and I was a Republican for a long time. When I left that job in Washington, when I left being an intern, I was really unhappy with the political system, and I am unhappy with the two-party system. And so I left the two-party system, and I'm a third party, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. I know others aren't okay with that. But really, who you vote for is your business. It is your business when you walk in there. You have to vote for the person that you think is going to be the best person for the job. And nobody can tell you who to vote for, and nobody should. We always believed in this country that we didn't want the king telling us what we had to do, right? And we didn't get a choice in picking the king because that was a hereditary thing, right? So we wanted our own thing, and we had a war that gave us that right. And I don't care if you go in and you vote for Daffy Duck. That is your right. That is the American right that you get promised to you in the Bill of Rights. That is your right. In the U.S. Constitution, you get rights. And it's the right to vote for your conscience and not to be bullied about it. My people never win an election. I'm the only elected libertarian in Carbon County, so far as I know, right? I have a tiny little job. I do it twice a year. But everybody I vote for, they don't get elected. And you know what? I can wake up the next day and be okay. We have this theme of, and I don't know that it was always like this. My parents were real involved in politics, my mom especially. And I would go to candidate parties, winners and losers, on election night. And I don't remember there being I don't know what the word is for it, the poisonous attitude that we have now, and this very contentious, like, it's not fair, sore losing, I guess, is really where it goes. Bad winning and sore losing. It never seemed or never felt that way to me before. But in the last couple of elections, on both sides, all sides, there's this toxic, you know, you know, they cheated or they stole it, or it was unfair, and there was tomfoolery and hoodwinkery, and there probably was, I would say. That's probably happened every election since the dawn of elections. Hoodwinkery and tomfoolery and trickery, but these are human things. These are human concepts. And I don't believe that the spirit world is concerned with the behavior of humans. However, when it comes to elections, I want to be real clear, because the next statement we are responsible for how we behave when human things happen. And we can be light and love, or we can be full of bitterness and dismay and anger. And what does that get us? It gets us not working together in spaces where we need to work together to change the world for better, right? Like, we have to move on. Elected officials and justice, the legal form of justice, those are man-made concepts. True justice, true leadership, true light and love, they come from inside of us. You don't have to be elected to demonstrate light and love. You don't have to have an official position in some court to have light and love. If you want to be part of justice, if you want justice to happen, then that justice has to shine through you, right? True justice comes from within each of us. So I know people are disappointed with the election on both sides, it looks like, right? It doesn't look like the Republicans or the Democrats are all that happy. And tomorrow's a new day. The sun will rise, and it will set, and it'll all be okay. Fight for the things near you that require fighting for. Whatever you're passionate about, whatever your issues are. My mom always used to say I was a decoy because, for as hippy-dippy as I am, and I really am hippy-dippy, I'm also pretty conservative about some things, mostly the Constitution. I'm a constitutionalist, so, life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness requires education and health care. And the environment is all of our concerns, because none of us are going to have a planet to stand on if we don't start taking care of it, right? So, but I do want the government out of my life. I don't think the government has any say in who gets married to whom, or what people do in the privacy of their own homes, if it doesn't impact others, right? I don't need Big Brother outside my door. I do believe in the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment. I believe in the amendments, right? Guns are not the problem. People are the problem. Guns are just a tool. A hammer can hurt somebody just as much as a gun can. And until we change the behavior that strikes people to behave badly, until we address those concerns, it doesn't matter what tools are out there, bad things will happen, right? So perspective is 99% of the law, as is perception. So I am wishing you all the best of light and love. If your candidates won or lost, be a good winner, be a good loser. Be well. All the best. Bye-bye.